Hey, everybody. It's Dr. Dana Martin, your host on the System Mini Podcast. Welcome to episode 31. We are just now, I think, done. We're done. We're done. We're done.
See you later.
We're done placating to
Great.
all the people that we are trying to keep happy and make happy. We're done with trying to make excuses. I think we're done. We're just done. So, in the episode of We're Just Done, we're going to be discussing later on episode 7, not the garbage we ended up with, but what it should have been.
Yeah.
And keeping with Star Wars storytelling lore, but can we make it Sithier?
Better.
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking about that later on this evening. All right, let's get this going. Cameron, how you doing, my friend?
Doing fantastic. Been looking forward to this all day.
Yeah. So I'll tell y'all a story about that in a minute. Deb, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Always. And Zane, got your Def Leppard shirt on?
Ooh, Def Leppard.
Look at that. It looks like an E if you have Def Leppard. Just kidding. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. We'll go around and talk about some things that we're all doing at the end of the show. But man, let's just start off with some Star Wars stuff. So April Fool's was yesterday. I need to share with the world that our grand poobah David posted something in our chat, and that was a picture of DC. The Batman Part 2, and a writing credit that it had whoever and his name and whoever, and I was like, oh, awesome! Like, how cool! And so I went to IMDb and damn it, David. So he got me. It was really good and really well done, except for the fact that I literally was like, hey guys, I'm about to post my satire piece. Oh my gosh, there's something here that's amazing. Like it didn't even click. Like, had no idea. Whatever. This is how Mondays go. So anyhow, any Star Wars news that you guys have? I did not put any in our outline today because I figured we were going to talk a lot about some other things. So anything you guys know about? Because I didn't prepare that. Nope. Cool. So there are a bunch of satire pieces on from yesterday. I think we put out maybe like 5-6 different pieces yesterday. Really fun to write those kind of pieces. I think I'm going to start off, I guess, by asking this question: if in a very serious, like, how did you feel? I'm assuming everyone. I assume everyone watched this in the theater. Episode 7, the original, right? Everyone saw it in the theater. In a professional, non-demeaning way, I want to know what your initial thought was and how you would have fixed whatever that thought was. Does that make sense? I did not like the lack of development in Ben. I think he needed to be developed more. That is a very important character, a person deflecting or defecting from the Empire, becoming a part of the rebellion. It's what we should have seen with Luke and Dak back on Tatooine, all those bits. We should have seen more of that. So it was, for me, I wish they would have, like, this was wrong. They should have done it this way. So when you walked out of the theater, any of y'all can start, of episode 7, what was it that struck you as, that didn't feel Star Wars-y, and what would you have done to fix it?
I'll start.
Go ahead, man. You're like,
Yeah. As someone who probably has the least to say about that movie, because I was kind of young when it came out.
Mhm.
I think the biggest thing that stuck with me, even when it came out was how Kylo Ren was portrayed. I just felt like there was nothing to make him feel like a villain. He just felt like a whiny wannabe little kid. That's just yeah.
So maybe I'm an emo guitar player and I hate my parents, even though they spent all the money on guitar lessons and the guitar. They're terrible people. Like that kind of.
Yeah,
I got you. And that's why I said he's your boy, like in episode 1 and 2. Go back to episode 1 and 2 where we pre-recorded. I threw
the boy.
We've got a segment where we're talking about Kylo Ren and how he's being Zane. That's Zane's guy, and there's a nice photo of Kylo Ren crying while Zane's talking about, he's not that bad. He's sitting there crying. Okay, sorry, Zane. Awesome. No, I'm with you. Deb, Cam, what would you have? What struck you as non-Star Warsy, and how would you have fixed it?
All you, Debbie.
I didn't have an issue with the first movie. I had issues with the other two because of, Anakin was kind of the whiny teenager, so I figured they were going to go that trope with Kylo. And they didn't really fully go there. They kind of went there, but they really didn't. With Finn, I totally agree. They screwed his character totally in the other two movies. I was pissed about that. John Bodega, yeah, he got screwed. But, I was fine with the movie. I mean, I didn't like that Han was killed, but seen that coming a mile away because Harrison does not like that character. So when they announced this was coming out, I pretty much figured this is where he's going to get killed off because he was wanting to be killed off after the first movie. So that was a given. I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't like it, but I really wish they would have had the three main original characters at least come together in that first movie instead of just, Lucas off on some island.
Did we talk about that last episode? And something I didn't realize, that they never, not one time, were all on screen at the same time in those third movies or those last three movies.
Not once.
Dude,
No.
you ripped that out of we were entitled to that, weren't we? I mean, I don't know. It's like we're fans writing the show, but I mean, Debbie, you're onto something there.
What they should have done is what they did with Picard season 3. That's what they should have done.
Picard season 3?
Star Trek. Picard season 3.
I haven't seen season 3, sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
This is why I don't join y'all's shows. I'm like a year behind everybody.
Season 3 of Picard was a love letter for the TNG fans
Okay.
Really?
and crew. It was fantastic. It brought everybody together from the originals or from TNG. Third season was perfection, pretty much. And that's what we should have gotten for this trilogy.
I got you.
But I see what they were doing. Do I agree with it? No, because each movie was supposed to be for each character and a way to kill the character off or get rid of the character so that the new three, I know. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I understand what they were attempting to do. They just didn't do it very well.
Nope, they did not. Sidebar real quick. Can we get would you guys watch a Poe Dameron single limited series, like 5 episodes of him running Spice and coming into the Resistance? Would you watch it? Just a limited 4 or 5 episode series of that.
Animated or live action, or does it matter?
Yes, I don't. It doesn't matter.
It's Star Wars
If
content.
it's live action, it will be Oscar Isaacs. If it's animated, who cares? I would like it in the style of what we've been getting, but I don't know. Thoughts?
I'd watch.
Yeah, I would.
I'd watch, but it'd have to be more than 5 episodes. I hate these short seasons.
Yeah, I think there are.
It's always too rushed.
I do that for Finn too. Give me something more fleshed out. Like, give me some character development. George Lucas wrote well, Kasdan also. Let's be real. Empire Strikes Back. Kasdan was a huge piece of that writing. But he was just really good at developing in a very short amount of time. You understood who they were and what they were about, and I just never felt that. And that. Go ahead, Cam. I think you're up, anyways. Get it? What was it that you did not feel was Star Warsy when you left, and how would you have fixed it?
I mean, I kind of agree with everybody, honestly. But my main gripe is it's just because I know what happens that I feel this way. But when I left, I was optimistic to see where they went. I was a little bit saddened to not see Luke even till the very end. I was interested to see why he was on such an island, considering he left a map to be found, but he, anyways. I didn't like the Han and Leia relationship. This series as a whole, feel like they reset everything back based off of what we knew, and for some people like y'all that got to read the books, what had already been done before. Leia running past Chewie to go hug Rey. Didn't like that. That was a interesting take by JJ there.
Take care of him. I mean, he freaking. That's his. Sorry, man. I don't think we get on that point enough. That's huge, man.
It makes no sense. I mean, I understand Harrison Ford wanted to die. I kind of wish. I mean, his death was kind of meh. I think that song I sent a few weeks ago kind of captured that pretty well. But I don't know, man. At the time, like, I was pretty optimistic. I wanted to see where they went. I mean, it was all right. It was like a 5 times worse New Hope, I would say, without any of the cool stuff. But I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But no big 3. I mean, that takes me out. I get why they had to do it, but I wanted some respect for those 3.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, what a I don't want to say a pair, of course, the pair Han and Chewie, but what a crew squad. And everyone had their own jobs. I mean, it was really perfect. When you see them on stage at the end of A New Hope, it's like the world is in front of them and nothing's going to stop them. And again, the storytelling, right? Coming, and yes, he didn't know he was going to get to make the other ones, and so it could have ended that way. Blah blah blah. I'm with you though, man. I'm with all 3 of you. I think all 3 of you make some really great points. Real quick, I know Unbroken because you were here for like 45 minutes last week. Awesome. Hi again. And who else is there? Miss May. Hi, Miss May. And so I agree. I think there are things that we felt and we expected, and I'm not sure. I think, Debbie, you saw when they released 1, 2, and 3 in the theater. Yes. Cam, I don't know if you did.
Unfortunately, I've only seen the worst 3 in theaters. I was not able to see any of the prequels in theaters. I'm hoping to change that. I will see Phantom Menace 7:30 May 3rd at Cinemark in College Station.
Wait, we can't get a premiere one so we can get that popcorn refill? Come on.
I'm buying the popcorn bucket and the drink. It's probably going to cost me my firstborn. Don't care. Totally worth it. Unfortunately, the May 4th showing. It looks like it's limited to certain amounts of theaters, and I think they're all just showing it at once. Don't know how I'm gonna make it happen. I got to see Revenge of the Sith, Empire, and Jedi in theaters, but we'll try and make it happen.
All right, there's two things here, folks. One, go to geeknewsnow.net, look for Dana Martin. It's not Dr. Dana Martin on the site, it's just Dana Martin. There's an article about Return of the Jedi and how it literally made me who I am today, but probably not for the reasons you think. I still have not seen that movie in theaters. Return of the Jedi, I feel like I could, the rapture could occur, and I'd be okay. If I could see Return of the Jedi in theaters first. Yes, please, Return of the Jedi in theaters.
That's fair. That's a fair take out of you. That's
Dude,
fair.
I was 7, 8. I was 9 years old when that came out. I remember very well it coming out and the trailer I saw on television very vividly. So, first time I saw it was on one of them big old console TVs on one of them laser disc things.
Hell
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. But I watched it. Anyhow, moving to the next topic here. Why are we doing this? Well, it's not really about trying to be jerks about what they did. It's more about letting folks, I think, understand why, in a very civilized manner, we feel the way we do, which is why that question was posed as it was. What was it when you left that didn't feel Star Wars-y, and how would you fix it? I don't want this to be a bash session for Episode VII, because we have done that in several ways before, but there's some good takeaways, and I mentioned those too. But those takeaways are not there for me to use in my business as a coach. And they're not about like, oh, this was a wonderful connect to earlier in the story. You can look at Return of the Jedi and see things that can connect to Episode 3, even though it was retcon, whatever. Like, the point is, you see those arcs. I just don't feel that connectivity in the next set. So the next question is, what could, in current state, that's what I guess I'm trying to get at. In current state, as everything exists, could they do an in-between movie, like a Rogue One or a Solo, on one of the characters, I mentioned maybe Poe, that could help bridge that gap to make it feel or a little better, or make it a little better for you personally? Is there a show they could do as one of those in-between shows? I know, Debbie, you said you don't want, if you have a show, you don't want one of those little limited series things.
Well, I mean, that's what they're doing now, though, with Mando and Ahsoka and Bad Batch. They're filling in that Gamp. Is that a word?
Gimp and Gap.
Yeah.
It can be.
They're filling in that gap. Jeez, have I been drinking? With those stories. They're filling in what we didn't know when the movies came out. So I feel like they're doing that now. I mean, some of the stuff that we're seeing in these shows, they're referencing things that are to come in the movies. So I feel like they're already kind of doing that. Yeah, I would love to see a Poe show longer than 5 episodes, maybe more than one season. Animated or live action, I don't care.
Real quick, sorry, sidebar, but with that, did you all see Resistance?
Unfortunately,
that was terrible. I thought that was.
I refuse to ever watch it again.
Yeah, I watched it through once.
Garbage.
Like, this crap. Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker is still worse, though. It's pretty bad.
At least that one I'll watch again, and I have to be in a mood. But Resistance, I won't watch.
No, if I'd watch
Resistance
that drunk.
Again.
Let's put money there.
He's got some strong feelings, y'all.
Dang.
Sorry, Debbie, I didn't mean to derail you.
That's all right.
But no, that's valid. So you were saying yes, something around Poe, something to kind of bridge some of that. I think Zori was an interesting character that was brought in the last show that you could really do a lot in that. They hinted on some past history, whatever between Poe and her.
Dodio do do.
Yeah, yes.
Is that the girl with the mask? That you
Yeah.
don't see.
Yeah.
We're
They're
like
on that weird planet.
I know she just take it down to her eyes. She had these real sexy, pretty eyes. But then it's like, but does she look like Darth Malik underneath? Like, what's under the mask? Not that matters if it's true love. Anyways, point is, Zori is a great character. There's a lot of depth, perhaps, to her story that could be developed alongside of Poe that would explain why it was so. It would make it that much more enjoyable and funny and poignant in episode 3. Do you agree? Or not 3? Yeah, 3. No. Yeah.
9.
9. Sorry. 9. Yeah. Sorry, I think I just screwed that up. Zori. Cam, what do you think, Cam? Sorry. I don't know what just happened.
I mean, I agree with Debbie. I don't think. I mean, it's obviously what they're doing right now. I'm gonna say obvious. If they do it in between, I want it movie. I don't want no live action show. I would like 3 films. I don't care if it's all within a 2-year time period. I would like a trilogy set in between 6 and 7. All recast the big 3. They already got Han Solo. I'm sure Carrie Fisher's daughter would be down, possibly. Sebastian Stan as Luke. I can get behind that. He's a pretty good actor. I like it.
Stan, Billy, dude, that'd be a hell
Hey.
of a cast.
Hey, dude, when I saw him play Tommy Lee, I just knew he had range.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he could play Luke Skywalker. But I would like to see that. They don't like those 3 characters, obviously, so we're not going to get that. I would an animated show seeing Luke rebuild the Jedi Order. I think would be interesting for me. I'm not a fan of the New Republic. I can see why the First Order comes to rise. That would probably be interesting to see those dynamics. That'd probably be more of a TV show, possibly. Maybe I could get behind an Andor style New Republic.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Seeing First Order rise.
Yeah, so that bit. I mean, it's a good 40% of the show, the politics of it, and then underpinnings of government. Like, is that something you like watching within the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, I mean, if it's good, like, I mean, Andor's not like my most favorite show, but it's probably top 2 of the live action shows we've gotten. I mean, it's good. Like, if it's good, and I think if it fits well into the story, I would watch it. Yeah.
So
I hate how the New Republic was portrayed in Ahsoka. Like,
Yeah.
it's so just unlikable, and the thing they do with Leia and 3PO at the end just doesn't feel very Leia to me.
Mm-mm.
But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I think they are trying to get as far away from any of that time period as I think the Dave movie is probably going to happen. Whether it can be good and they branch off from it is going to be one thing, because I think they're going to do this AI like skinwalker CGI face stuff, and I can't stand it. I love Luke coming in at end of Mando season 2, but
Yeah.
when I assess it later, I'm like, why does he ask? I mean, I know why he doesn't ask questions. They physically can't make him do that. But why is he not asking questions about
Yeah.
who this fella is? Oh, I came all this way just for this child because it has crazy force potential. Like,
Well,
he
yeah,
would be doing
what, he
everything he could
brandishes
to make
the
sure the Empire
lightsaber?
does not come back.
Throw out a lightsaber and
Yeah.
he's magically, oh, I know who you are. Oh, what the? seriously, because Gideon had the what you call it, black. What is it called?
Dark saber.
Dark saber, black saber, the dark saber, and like I don't know. You're right. There was some weird kind of I just know who this person is. I don't know. It didn't feel right.
Which is so funny because they got him so right in Boba Fett. I feel like
Yeah.
for his short time, like when he tells Grogu when Grogu falls in his training, whatever, always get back up, get up. Like that's Luke Skywalker.
100%.
Not the. Never mind. Sorry, not trying to.
Man, and we haven't even talked about episode 7 yet. All we've talked about is dancing around episode 7. And I do have one more question before we go into episode 7.
Give it to me.
I need to know this. Of all the characters in episode 7 currently, the current episode 7 we know. This could be majors or minors. Who is a character that you'd like to see in your version of episode 7? Yeah, that's a tough one because you have to answer it. I need you to pick one because we have to carry one over from a merchandising perspective.
Only one?
I'm the CEO. I'm saying you get at least one, but one for sure you have to bring over. That's a good question. Look, everybody's
Other than the big three?
You would bring all 3 of them over?
Maybe not those versions, but
we're not
if you're
talking
just
about
talking
changing the
characters in
version of
general.
them. We're
You're
saying
talking about the movie version of them.
movie version of all the characters in episode 7. You get to bring, or you have to bring one of those as is over into your story, into your world.
Oh Jesus. Oh God.
I got an easy one.
Well, who's yours?
I'm gonna take it straight away. BB-8. BB-8. I actually like BB-8. I think he's
I was gonna say, do droids count?
Huh?
I was gonna say, do droids count?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Was Babu Frick in episode 7?
Nah, he's episode 9.
No, he's in the last one.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I know, he was the saving grace.
He's the best.
Mine's easy.
Man,
BB-8's
it's
good.
easy if you just name a droid because you can put him into the... Actually, honestly, I think BB-8 was cool. Like, I really liked BB-8. I thought his involvement was very parallel to the involvement of R2 in previous. What I never liked about it was that R2 was just sitting there with a broken heart or some bullshit. Like, I don't even know. Like, come on. You've seen it all. You're like 180 years old, dude. Like, you're... Sorry, I don't want to go off again and end up... Whatever. So
He would have never left R2.
no, God, dude.
He would have never left them.
No, he would
Might
have
be a
never
hot take.
left R2.
Nope. R2 wouldn't have let him leave him. He learned that after Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin didn't want to leave R2, but Anakin had no choice because R2 was taken from him. He told R2 stay on the ship, so he would be safe. Sorry, we're not talking about that. We're talking about what character are we going to bring over. Bro, that's I will tell you guys, like episode 3, I would love to have a whole deep dive on episode 3 about all the seduction of Anakin, all the shit on Mustafar, which was, I swear to God, half of it planned by the big dog Papa Palpatine. Sorry. We'll talk about that another time. But I would love to do an episode 3 show.
Are we counting what happens with people's lineage and stuff in the next films? Or are we just as who they were at the end of episode 7?
Strictly movie 7, right?
Strictly movie 7, as if it's the movie 8 hasn't.
Nothing
really,
happened after.
You have no idea.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one.
That's easy for me, I think.
Go.
I think all the way in. I think Finn is who I'd carry over. I think he had a really good story and he had potential, and I think it was only in the latter movies that they really ruined him. I think that potential was there. He showed promises of being a Force user, hint, hint, wink, wink, holding the lightsaber, being on promotion, holding a lightsaber. I think there's a lot they could have done with him, and that they
Being
could do with
pretty
him.
much the best damn pilot we've seen in a movie except for Luke. Yeah, I agree. I would have loved to see Poe. That scene in episode 8.
Oh,
It's one of my least
Oh.
favorite movies, episode 8. But that
I said
opening
Finn.
scene where he's like tearing up the dreadnought. It's just him and BB-8 flying in the X-wing, kicking some ass. Like I could have watched an entire movie of that. I totally enjoyed Poe. Thank you for bringing
Did I
it up.
say Poe or Finn?
he
I
said
said
Finn.
Finn.
Oh, yeah, you
I
got
said
me
Finn.
confused.
Yeah.
I said Finn.
Never mind.
Not
I was
Poe.
like, what are you talking about?
It was a good choice, but
I thought
Hey,
maybe I missed something.
Check his glass. Check his glass. TikTok.
Oh my
You
goodness!
might
I
have
just
gotten
went
a
off
refill.
3 minutes about Poe, when in fact it was Finn that was being discussed.
it's okay. I think Finn.
No, hell no, I disagree. Sorry, go ahead. Now I feel like you need to start over.
Do I need to? Okay, I'll start over then. I say Finn because he had a lot of potential up until the end of the movie. I mean, it hinted at him being a Force user and him wielding that lightsaber, and it wasn't until the latter Star Wars movies that he really was messed up. You know what I mean? I think he had a lot of potential after the first movie.
Yeah.
So
and-
7 Finn would be.
No, you're right. I mentioned that earlier, right? Like he defected. Like that's huge. There were if you're not familiar, those of you listening, the Dak and Luke. Dak enrolled in the Imperial Starfighter Academy. Imperial Starfighter Academy. Okay. Why? So he could learn how to pilot, and then he would defect. This was a thing. Wedge Antilles, all of them. They were all like Imperial TIE fighter pilots, and they defected. But that was the plan. Like, so yes, having that bit of the story being missed and only in the deleted scenes, you may or may not know this of the original trilogy. Fast forward, I think it's a brilliant move in writing to bring that back. However, yes, now that I understand you're talking about Finn and that piece, I would love to see that character brought over and fleshed out more. Absolutely. Sorry about that, folks at home. I didn't know what I was listening to. Next. Are you serious?
Debbie, you gotta go. I'm still thinking. I'm assuming NA is not an option, so I gotta think.
No, you got to bring one character, man.
Uno.
I can't do it.
No? Hold on, Debbie. So you're going to start from scratch or based on whatever for an episode 7. And with what we have in episode 7, not a single character you would bring over.
Not a single one.
No, I would bring all of them back. Just do it the right way.
Oh, you're saying
I can't just pick one
I see.
because I do like the characters. They were just done wrong.
I love how Deb's trying to be nice when she's not trying to be nice. Yes, they totally screwed him up, Debbie. You're just go.
Get into it. Get into it.
Get it. This is the equivalent of chug, chug, chug. Come on. No.
But
Go.
yeah, I mean,
Go.
I was fine with Ray's character. I know people say she's a Mary Sue, but I've read a lot of the books, and it kind of explains why she is the way she is. So I don't see her as a Mary Sue. And Finn, yeah, they screwed him over totally. Poe was fine. I really didn't mind Poe outside of some of the dialogue
Yeah.
they gave him. So yeah, I would just bring them all back and just totally redo. I can't pick just one because I do like the characters.
There are a lot of things about those characters I do like. That I would 100% agree. I'm afraid of what Cameron's about to say. And, you know,
We're
you're-
all waiting, Cameron.
and
Let it loose.
we're all waiting.
Get her
Well,
done.
I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna go the opposite route Debbie went. I don't. There's just at the end of. I mean, Finn maybe would be one, but I have no attachment to either of any of the characters that are on there. I agree that they were done horrendously. Think of
Yeah.
anyone probably could have with both their eyes closed probably could have wrote a better script than J.J. Abrams did. But I don't know. I mean, I liked Rey at the end of the first movie. I was interested to see where they went. Maybe she was a past daughter of a Jedi maybe we knew, or maybe she was nobody, and I would have been fine with that.
Dude, give me a Satine and Kenobi, or whatever her name is, and Kenobi daughter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Satine.
I would.
Satine. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen. I think she's a little bit of a Mary Sue. Haven't read any of the books, so I can't really disagree with Debbie there because she's a little bit more in tune with the books than I am. But I would like to have seen her maybe
older and wiser. Much older and wiser.
her words, not mine, on some of those. But I would have liked to have seen her maybe take some damage. I mean, I can vibe with bringing everybody back and doing something different. But I mean, Luke Skywalker not being in any scenes in Episode VII. I mean, that's who I'm bringing back. Oh yeah, he's in the last one.
And
for
no
like
story was
30
revealed about
seconds.
him.
And then
He
he
was just-
chunks his father's lightsaber into the river 30 seconds later after that, too.
Technically,
Sorry.
speaking, though, Luke hasn't
Dude.
shown that much, so there's not much.
Oh,
You'd have to. I mean, all the story could still.
That's
be
right.
there.
We can't remember that because we're only talking about
It's like
Cameron's gonna.
I don't know. I'm vibing with Debbie. Bring everybody back and let's do it right. Bring everybody back and let's do it right. Make Kylo and Rey brother and sisters so they
don't kiss.
never mind. Yes. I don't know. Maybe they will. Who knows? It's happened before.
This ain't Space Alabama.
It could be. I don't know. Bring everybody back. We'll do them right.
What? That's man. I know I said BB-8. I'd bring him in. Droids are always.
Yeah, you took the easy cop out.
I did.
Come on.
And it's because for reasons that I've discussed on many TikToks. Kylo Ren. There is something about that character that I want to see more of, because I think his episode. We'll talk about more of this in next week's episode, because episode 8 is where I have a huge issue with Kylo Ren. I don't have a huge issue with him in episode 7. And actually,
Even though he loses at the end, the dude that was trained by Luke freaking Skywalker loses to two people that have never held a lightsaber.
Dude, because he was blinded by his own cockiness and I know, right? No, it's gonna. There's aneurysm occurring right now. We'll talk about that next week, though. But yes, at the end of this, yes, he whooped Finn's butt and then lost to Rey, which doesn't. I think that the environmental things played into that. I think he would have beat her had the ground not been shifting and all the things, right? And did you guys
He
know?
probably could have beat her if he wasn't injured.
Okay, and that right there, son. Yes, Zane. Oh my God. like I gotta say, that was freaking cool. Like making the pain more intense to provide you strength. Like that passion provides you strength. Strength gives you like it's part of the Sith code. Like he's feeling that pain, and he's got. Like I will say, when I saw that happen on screen the very first time, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But that was the first time I said that was cool for Kylo Ren, and it was at the end of the movie. So there you go. Because yeah, the way he took his daddy out, that's some BS, man. Sorry, I went off there again. You guys make me go off on these things. Okay, so we've gone through everything but what we would actually do with episode 7.
I know the good stuff.
Now the stuff that
Juicy bit.
pumping at the bit. Look at him. He's like drinking. Yeah, it's Sprite, but Sprite never had caffeine. So
I don't even have a drink. If I'd have known we were gonna be going this deep, I would have poured up a drink.
dude, why do you think they call it the deep dive segment? We're not even in the deep dive. We're still in the HoloNet segment.
Dark side
Okay.
deep dive.
The dark side deep dive. That's right. I couldn't even say that right the first time. So check out episode 1 on the playlist where I say something
don't.
about don't
Please
get burned by the dark side or some BS. Like that's what I said at the end of the show. It was terrible. Don't. I mean, watch it and laugh. And I swear I said I'm never gonna say that again, and I have never ended the show that way. So, all right, homie, check in, Josiah. What's up, dog? I just saw
What's up,
this
Giuseppe?
earlier, like 45 minutes ago,
30.
30 minutes ago. What's up, Josiah? Cool. Okay, where is our? There it is. Look at this beautiful outline. We have not done shit with it.
He worked hard on this one, I can tell.
I did because I
It's
thought
more than a
this-
page.
I thought we were gonna have to like beg for content, so I really fleshed out the outline. It's like a page and a half. You guys there at TikTok, you don't even know here, but I can pick you up and show you. Look at this. Look at that. That's like, I mean, like a page and a half of notes because we take ourselves way too seriously at the Sith Dominion. Just kidding. Okay. Yes, that is my aerial section right there. That is. I've got a squishmallow. I colored a picture with some fuzz on it, and then that's my Barbie doll over there. My Pez dispenser.
Hey, you have a podcast going on?
I do have a podcast. I have people here watching me at home.
Tommy's just zoned out right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? This is where you just kind of do. Okay, so episode 7. What I said to this team was this, and if you all playing at home will bear with me while I pull this up. I said, this is what we're going to talk about. This is what episode 7 is, and let's talk about it. You ready? Here we go. Heir to the Force, the Dark Legacy. Because, it has to be kind of more dark-sided. Synopsis. In a galaxy recovering from war, a new threat looms. Imagine it scrolling. A new threat looms. Did I even tell you guys? No, this is the scroller. A new threat looms as remnants of the Empire rally around a mysterious leader claiming to be the heir of Palpatine. Luke Skywalker. See, this is claiming, not somehow Palpatine returned. Shut up. Claiming to be the heir of Palpatine. Luke Skywalker, now a wise Jedi Master, scrambles to protect the fledgling New Republic while training a new generation of Jedi. Last paragraph. Chancellor Organa balances the pressures of a new family with the never-ending nightmare that is the New Republic. That was pretty good, Cameron. The story introduces Mara Jade, a former Imperial agent whose past intertwines with Luke's destiny. And that is the scrolling, folks. Please tell me we can do something with that. Because I took a little of everything you guys have been saying over the last whatever, and then I added the Palpatine part in the beginning. But the rest of it is based on what you all have been saying and I think we can come up with a good movie. And you're putting thumbs down, Cam. You don't like it. Damn it! Why don't you like it, Cam?
I don't like the Palpatine stuff.
You don't like the Palpatine connection.
I don't like it.
Listen,
like
just because it starts with Palpatine claiming. That's a very important word, man.
Claiming to be
Claiming.
heir.
Claiming.
Not
Claiming to be
not
heir,
related.
I guess.
Not related, just
I
heir.
mean, I guess if you read it like that, I just don't think that evil old man has the capacity to want to have sex with.
Because what if at the end the hood comes off and it's
And it's
someone
Palpatine.
we've seen before?
I'm turning off the movie. Hey, look, chat and future comments. I have just recently read Dark Empire. I liked the first one. Second one was all right. Third one was too short. I don't like Palpatine. Keep coming back. I don't like it. Give me a new villain. But hey, I'm taking the optimistic route. We're being positive here. Being positive. Maybe it just means he's the next emperor. You know, we'll go with that. I'll vibe with it.
Yeah,
I
so
love the Sith Dominion, so we're vibing with it.
the intent is someone feeling they are heir and not, cloned or blood or Palpatine's back. That's not it. But it certainly is carryover of his methodology, his ideology. I mean, Palpatine was a badass Sith, man. And so for me, like I said, that's the piece I had.
Yeah.
Was like we can exploit that in a very positive way. A positive way for a new character to show the world what we've been talking about on this show, but to show it. No. The Sith have a little something, and Palpatine does too. So this dude has taken the or chick, because later on we might see Dark Talon.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe answers your question a little better. It's connecting the villainy, right? But not really. Just like everything within Legends all the way up through canon is all connected in some tiny way. This is how I connect this.
Yeah. See, I mean, I might be being a little irrational. I like to think what are the. Yeah, I did go pour a drink, so it's gonna get fun. So I like the idea. It's not a clone or whatever. I like that because I'd like to see the implications of what that does for Mara's character. I think that would be interesting. Due to her ties with the Emperor, I'm assuming we're going with kind of the similar. You know what I'm saying? I like that. All right, you got me. I'm on board.
All right.
I'm on board.
What do you think? Understand that because I don't say Han Solo, it's inferred because we infer that Leia and Han are together and not this BS whatever has happened and they're separated or whatever. Dude, give me a break.
Amen.
He gave her a planet, for Pete's sake.
Amen.
Keep going.
That boy preaching.
Dude, don't make me go up. Y'all need to watch that Fallen Angel vid. Yeah, Josiah, we're gonna play it later. Cam showed it to me.
Yeah.
So Debbie, do you think that would be sellable, and would you be on board? And what would you do with something like that? I mean, you brought her up a couple of times on the show. That's where that nod is to you with Mara Jade.
Yeah, I just wish they would have, if I was to do the sequels. Yeah, Han and Leia would still be together. But it would be focused on all three kids. Well,
so
four.
you would make it the whole like what it is in Legends with the twins and then the other two.
hmm I would.
There's some good storytelling, man.
There is. They could have done something. I mean, we wouldn't have gotten all the Young Jedi series stuff unless they would have started it immediately after, you know.
It's not that great.
Well, but it gives a lot of backstory to the kids.
It does. It does.
But they could have brought them in. Of course, they'd be much older, but I think they could have done a workaround. We would have gotten the characters that we loved and read about for eons during the Dark Ages. We had no Star Wars.
You guys
And-
don't understand.
Yeah, but yeah, they could have found, I think they could have found a good workaround to work those kids in, to work Mara and Luke together. It could have been done. It could have. It may not have been exactly like Legends, because there was just so many stories, and some of them were really good. But that's what I would have done. I would have, and I think I've said it on a previous show where when they announced the sequels, I thought for sure that's where they were going.
Yeah.
They were going to bring the kids in. And then I was very disappointed when they didn't. So, yeah.
Amen.
You've got in episode 2, 3, attachment bad. Kills all the. Because the attachment to his mother, he kills all these people because of
Yeah. Hey. Question. Sidebar. We're not bringing that into this new Jedi Order, correct? 'Cause that is stupid.
What?
The whole attachment bad, Luke.
Right. Like, hear me out. Like, I'm with you. No. Like, attachment bad, right? But then we get in the Clone Wars, and they're actually, like, Satine and Kenobi it's bad, but it's, like, it's not really bad. It's just not, we shouldn't. And I think Luke, we could get a 15-minute piece of that movie that really dives into why the attachment with Anakin is what the Jedi were wanting to avoid, but that the attachment with Satine is a little bit different, because there's a difference between love and acceptance, care, compassion, than there is obsession. I'm not saying that Anakin didn't love Padme, but he was obsessed through his dreams about her death. And it was the attachment and the attachment to her and his obsessing over her death that led to what happened, in my opinion, what happened. So I think they could really address that and show, to your point, Cam, Jedi can have these attachments, quote unquote, a marriage, a child, and not be toxic the way that Anakin was approaching it. Little sidebar, but to your point.
So we are doing like Jedi can have attachments type deal in this.
100%.
All right, because that makes zero sense as to why Luke does that and the stuff we're not supposed to talk about badly, because his attachments are the reason why he does the things that he does in the original trilogy.
Yeah, he
Attachment
killed
and love for his
300,000
friends.
people because he loved
Yes,
his friends.
yes, exactly.
300,000 people.
I don't care. It was warranted.
One hell of a shot. Hold my beer.
Amen.
Oh my God, I think about that often. Like, what about that poor dude that was just like kissed his wife goodbye? I'll be back in 2 weeks. Well, you chose to serve it. Did you choose? See, there's so much that could be explored, I think, in shows, anime. Like, that political piece is huge, folks. Like,
Hey, I have a
it's
question.
huge.
I have a question. I haven't got to him yet. How do in Legends? How do Jaina, Jason, and all of them? What do they call Luke? Y'all can remember.
I
What do
thought
they
it
call
was
him?
Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke.
Uncle
Yeah,
Luke.
I mean,
So
even
even when they're in the academy and all
there
that, they
are
call
No,
him.
it's Master Luke.
moments,
Okay.
moments that were Master Luke, but for the most part, it was Uncle.
Okay.
When they were together as a family,
Yeah.
you know, it was always Uncle Luke. But for the most part, it was Master Skywalker. Grand
cool.
Master Skywalker.
Grandmaster by that time.
Yeah. Yeah. The goat.
Oh, good Luke Skywalker. I wanted to be Luke
Awesome.
Skywalker. So
Me too.
not anymore. Thank you.
Dang.
Kid.
Depends. I'd like
So
to be Legends Luke
me. Go
Skywalker.
ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
I'd like to be Legends Luke Skywalker, not sad, grumpy old Jake Skywalker.
Janky Skywalker.
Drinking,
Dollar General Skywalker.
drinking blue milk on an
Rouge
island.
Skywalker. All right. Hey, Zane. You're not going to get left out of this.
Ooh,
Give us the
okay.
content.
So my biggest thing, if they ever redo or even if they make new Star Wars movies, my thing is I want to see Heir to the Empire. I really want to see Thrawn come back.
You're not going to because they're already doing their own thing with Thrawn.
But anyways, leading into this, what you were talking about, your synopsis, not once in the synopsis did you mention it could be a Sith. Now we know that in this mysterious world that Thrawn is a collector, someone who likes knowledge and can understand. We know that the Chiss have some sort of force sensitivity, at least when they're children.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep going. Sorry. I am not interrupting.
Because again, this is what we're thinking like new timeline is like now Legends, but we never discussed if pre movie 7 would be Legends or canon. And I honestly really like the Chiss Ascendancy books, and they discuss a lot of that. And I just think, for me, that Thrawn is such a big character. It was my favorite. that there's so much you can do there. I mean, who do you think could hire Mara Jade to go after Luke? Thrawn. It's perfect.
I would love like all that intertwined. So you had Director Krennic in Rogue One. Director Krennic intertwined with Tarkin. And if anyone that is listening knows me for the last 20 plus years, knows that Tarkin Doctrine, that was my shit back in the day. Rule by fear of force, not by force. Like that's like I love that whole memorandum he wrote in that book. You can find that online. I can't remember which book it is, but whatever. Point is, seeing that interaction with Krennic sparked the whole. Could you imagine what you're saying, Thrawn? Because we know based on the books that Thrawn and Tarkin know each other. I mean, they talk. They have this relationship. Like they were competitors at a point. So I think, yeah, that would be fantastic to flesh out. Would you think that would be within the movie? Maybe touch on it in the movie, and then have a series, couple seasons to explain it all.
Trilogy.
Cameron's like, no.
Give me a trilogy. We don't need a series.
You
Worst
want
thing never happened to Star Wars.
trilogy about Thrawn.
Done by Disney.
So, but you would have to erase what Thrawn we have now.
Okay.
That
Thrawn
honestly
up
probably
until
wouldn't be a bad thing.
like the book Thrawns, like that Zahn is written now, I think he's a really good representation of a Thrawn. Maybe not the best compared to the Heir to the Empire trilogy, but I love where it's at. And then even in Rebels, he was really good, which intertwines with the books, which I love that they did that. But I mean, Ahsoka and Ani's just kind of there.
Dumb.
Yeah, the passive fan doesn't realize like the gold mine that is potentially there.
I mean, he is the unbeatable enemy.
Yeah,
Literally.
even at the end of Rebels, I mean, he didn't lose. I mean, him and Ezra went together. Like it wasn't like I'm just gonna die. I mean, it's gonna take you too. And Kanan's already gone. So
The
I
Jedi.
know, man. I hardly can watch that damn scene even today. It's so good. Freddie Prinze Jr. Hats off to your voice acting in that because you could hear it, and to all the animators that made us feel it. It was good. Good scene, man. Thanks, Zane. Is there enough room for all of this in episode 7? I think so. I think you could introduce now that we have what we have, we can pull in Thrawn, right? Maybe at the tail end of his career. What's happening with him? We know that Tarkin's dead, so I'm not going to get any of that, which sucks because Tarkin was my guy. Ooh. Until there was Thrawn. I think that'll be good. I like that. So we've got Thrawn. We've got bringing in the 3. And then we've got, what did you say, Ken? Sorry, brother. You had said to, what? Luke. Luke needs to be badass. What were you saying about episode 7? What was your thing? I forgot.
What do you mean? In what way?
Well, Zane wants to bring Thrawn into episode 7. Debbie wants to bring the 3 characters into episode 7. What was it that you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, I want Grandmaster Luke Skywalker with his badass Jedi Order. That is what I would like.
Yeah.
That actually works because he is able to learn from past mistakes of the Jedi and realize what makes him a great Jedi, and he does his best to teach that to his students. Because the attachments are what make Luke Luke and make him do the things that he does. Not something he would want to run away from.
Reckless. So, right?
It's fair.
And Yoda. Yoda at a time in his life where he knows he effed up. Like, not even like Yoda.
Oh no. Yoda was dying on that hill. He was like, I've been doing this almost 1,000 years. I'm dying on this hill. I don't care if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I think in the end,
that is commitment. That is commitment. You can learn something about that. Whether it's right or wrong, that's commitment, man.
I totally feel like he knew. I think he realized, he knew when he went into, he knew when he went into exile that he misread the whole damn situation. Kind of. Where did he get that pod? From the Wookiees?
Yeah, he did.
So the Wookiees had this rocket pod? Strange.
Like a
You escape pod.
Yeah, what's a Wookiee gonna do? You got some MREs over here? I mean, like, it can't last
It was
long.
a pretty big escape pod, I feel like.
Was it?
Yeah, Wookiee could have fit in there.
I don't want to debate the size of the escape pod. TS.
That's how much passion we have for this genre, man. We love Star Wars so much, we're debating the size of the escape pods.
The escape pod. There's no way he could have more than 2 weeks rations. Yeah. Well, but
we like it more than the people that own it, man. We like it more than them. You think they're worrying about how big the escape pod is? Hell no. George might not either. Yeah.
So the bit about Mara Jade, I don't know why, and maybe someone can answer this. I don't know why they don't want to entertain bringing her to the screen. It seems that for a while there's been this, no, we're just not going to do it. When it was such a well-written character, it's a character that's even in video games. It's a character that's cosplayed today. Hello, you put that in there and you do it at least halfway right. People are gonna pack in to see Mary Jane, man. Just saying.
What is her role? I mean, I know I know her role. I'd like to see in our film and her role in Heir of the Empire. I think those are we could do great ways of intertwining those. But like, I mean, when they went down the path that they did with Luke in these films or the films that have come out, I mean, there was no place for her,
Nope.
right? I mean, there's no redemption arc for her without a Luke Skywalker that eventually realizes that he loves this woman and she realizes that she loves him too.
Mhm.
Like there is no story. She doesn't have a story without him. So I mean, arguably, it's better that we have the stories that we have without her, without them throwing some. That's definitely Mara Jade, but that's not the Mara Jade we know. You know what
True.
I mean? Like, I think, I think it's great that they didn't destroy one character or give us a facsimile of something that we know she has this name, but she doesn't really portray what we know her to be. I mean, kind of like Thrawn in a sense. I mean, they have had aspects of Thrawn. I know Zane could infinitely talk better about this than me, but like, it just you read the books, the Legends books, the new books, it just doesn't feel at least the live action ones in Ahsoka just didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Which I know it's hard comparing books because you're able to get characters' thoughts that they're not able to monologue in the movies and all that. But I'm thankful that Mara Jade is at least one character they haven't ruined or twisted in a way that we know it's supposed to be this character, but they have a different name or
Maybe
like
that's a part of it,
Kylo
right?
Ren. Kylo Ren's a Walmart Jason Solo or Dollar General Jason Solo. So
I mean, some of these characters, I can see why Disney doesn't want to dive into Legends characters like her that we love so much. But they sure as hell took a chunk out of Luke and didn't seem to care. They took a chunk out of Palpatine and made him look like an idiot, like some crazed lunatic. Yes, he was mad from power or whatever, but he wasn't a lunatic. And they really just made him seem like some crazy cult leading weirdo. Like, I don't know. We're not talking about those other episodes. We're talking about episode
it's
7.
even worse. It's even worse than Shadow of the Sith, man. It's just weird. That guy going on in that book is weird. It doesn't make the movie better. Spoilers.
No?
No, it doesn't.
So what? If Mara Jade, let's move on to another piece like Leia. So we got to see some bits of Leia during training that seemed haphazardly thrown in. Yeah, so that it did.
Not wrong.
In an episode 7 where we potentially could have a Billy Lord play Leia, age her a bit because she's quite young. But Debbie, my question for you is: would you like to see a Leia Organa and dealing with kind of on a Mon Mothma level, but maybe missing the day-to-day action that she once had? I don't know. I'm kind of fleshing that through, and I kind of see Leia as that kind of person of I'll accept this role, but I do miss the adventure too. She's an adventurous woman. What do you think?
Well, they kind of touch on it in the I can't remember who the author is. I don't know if it's Claudia Gray, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, go.
There's a 3-book series dealing with Leia. There's Bloodlines, and there's 2 other books. And it shows how the downfall of Leia, and I can't remember if she's still just a senator or if she's higher up than that, because it's been so long since I've read the books. But people find out who her father is.
Yeah.
And
Bloodline. Yeah.
yeah,
Claudia
so
Gray. There you go.
is that who it was?
Claudia Gray. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I remembered something right.
That's our lore expert.
But yeah, that whole trilogy I thought was really good. Especially showing what happens when people find out that Vader was her father. I mean, she's already known, she's been trying to keep it a secret, but shit happens and people turn against her super fast, except for a few of her true friends. That would be interesting. I don't know if they could I don't know if you could do that in episode 7, though, because this is in her not younger years, maybe.
We can make episode 7 whenever we wanted to. We don't have
Maybe
to
60 years in the future.
So yeah, like I said, I don't remember if she was how high she was in the government. She might have still been a senator. She might have been a little higher than that, but I don't remember it.
So those are canon books now, right? Those were books that have been recently released. I haven't read those. I read the ones where like she was known as Lady Vader by the Nagori. All that stuff, like that shit. Oh my god, that stuff was dope. Like, again, good writing back in the day, man. But I haven't. I know about all this because I've read all the wikis and whatever. But I have not read Bloodline. It's a trilogy, I think you said. Yeah, right. Claudia Gray. It's a good chunk of story. It's go check it out, you guys. But yeah.
Couldn't that be something that could play out throughout the trilogy? Maybe, like
See,
I
that's
think,
what
I
I'm
think
thinking.
that'd be a good little arc. Because I mean, Luke's I feel like fairly open with who his father was to a sense.
And if we want to be very, thank you, George Lucasy, he has those pieces in his treatment or script of the politics of it, and he wanted to talk about those things. And I forget, was it what was the video game Galen?
Starkiller.
Starkiller, yeah. Sorry, your boy
Force
Sam.
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer, man.
Here we go.
Please come on, give him a live action movie, TV show where we actually see his freaking face.
I know, right?
He's going to be in Star Trek.
I watched him in BSG. I loved him in BSG.
I think he should be a mandatory, like, I don't know,
Voice of
consultant
influence
in the writers' room. Because good lord,
well, he even outgeeked Dave Filoni once. Like,
oh
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, hot take. How about we get somebody in the writers' room that knows the lore? That might be something
that'd be a little too easy.
That would make too much sense.
Awesome. Sorry, checking this out here. No, we're good. Thank you. Okay, next bit. So we have 2 more things to touch on concerning episode 7. We all know that old Lucas likes to be over dramatic and make people lose their life or appendage. And this is all during, like, in every episode, and it's like, I can't believe this just happened in every episode that he had a part of. So how is it that Rey did not lose an appendage? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's I'm just kidding. That's a whole argument, and we're not going to do that. Not trying to start shit up.
Because someone died in every movie.
Good. So who died That was in episode 1 or episode 7 that we
Han
know.
Solo.
Who?
Han.
Han.
Han, who died in episode 8.
Luke.
Luke, who
No.
died in episode. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he died in episode.
He died. Well, he disappeared into the forest.
Yeah.
He was.
He died as
was-
much as
he
Obi-Wan
was-
did.
He was tired.
Because he got
Oh,
tired.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
He just sleep.
Um,
And then
and then in the last one, who died? Ben.
Leia.
And Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The Skywalkers.
Well, Ray died, but he brought her back.
yeah,
Yeah.
But she's
That's
not
a little
Skywalker.
more than losing a limb.
anyone that was an actual Skywalker blood,
God.
by the time the series was over, they're dead. So what you're telling me, and just stay with me, please, folks at home. Thank you. The Skywalker name and bloodline came in as Anakin and Shmi Anakin. Wreaked havoc over the universe, was responsible for millions of people dying, and then fizzled out in episode 9. You're telling me that's the legacy of the Skywalkers, and
Well,
I
Palpatine's in charge now, so yes.
I understand that you making bunny ears if you're not on video. You're making her a Skywalker because she associates with the Skywalker, but she's not a Skywalker. Every Skywalker is now dead. So as far as I'm concerned, quite frankly, and I'm going to look right at the camera, F you. You killed my because the Skywalkers are what Star Wars was.
Amen.
Not what it is anymore.
Preach.
And the point of this show tonight is to make it what it should be.
Yeah, it
And
is.
so far, we are working towards that. So F you.
We are not letting the past die.
Broke my childhood. Okay. Now
Well,
we're
she
what?
wasn't a Skywalker, but like,
Oh,
wasn't it said in the comics, like even canon comics now, that Palpatine manipulated the midichlorians and Shmi,
that's
therefore
bullshit.
making
No, that's bullshit.
No.
100%
no.
made up after the new shit. Like, no, that is not what Lucas intended. That is
No.
not how the Force works.
technically speaking,
Midichlorians is a bunch of crap.
that would make Rey like Kylo's aunt, great aunt,
Which makes that kiss even more
Yeah.
weird.
second removed.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got
Well,
brother.
now you know why I have a problem with it.
Texas. I didn't say that out loud. I feel like we've lost our audience. We've got 2 people that are still faithfully watching, and I don't know why. Because we are really just destroying these new movies and saying how it should be, which is fine. Look, at the end of the day, we have attachments to these things that were huge pieces of us growing up. Why wouldn't we be passionate about them and protecting them? And like when I hear Cameron, you talk, Debbie, Zane, not you so much. You're a little bit more go with the flow and just kind of enjoy for what it is. But no, I mean, I know, Debbie, you feel kind of wrong in some areas. You appreciate some of the things that they have done, but I can sense that it's like, especially with Han. Cam, you're, it's no secret how you feel. And look, I've done some TikToks on that whole Ben relationship with his dad. Like, there is some good stuff there. It doesn't mean it's good Star Wars stuff. Have you guys watched Rebel Moon? You have.
First, like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it. Why?
I watched it all.
And this is what Zack Snyder wanted to do for a Star Wars, right? Ish.
I think I don't think this was his exact thing that he wanted to do. But yeah, it was a hard watch. It'll be interesting to see what part 2 looks like, which I think it comes out.
Pretty
Isn't
soon.
it in April?
Yeah, I think so. I need to finish it. I've only watched about 45 minutes, hour of it. It's hard to get through.
It
And
is.
I was really looking forward to it, if I'm being honest.
There's
I
just
love Zack Snyder. But I couldn't watch it. And it's just man.
there's just too much, and I know it's his thing. Slow mo.
Oh yeah.
It just after so many times, it just like kind of takes you out of it. Some of the storyline is good, and some of the characters, but it's a hard watch. So we'll see if it gets
When
better with the
um,
second one.
when I'm not drinking, I tend to think that Star Wars is not Star Wars today. Even Filoni and the mess that they're doing. I don't know. I'm having a really difficult time connecting with it, and it could be because it's not being written for me. Cameron, I don't know. You got like to say something.
Even
No,
Bad Batch.
I got.
I've only got one
Hey.
more episode of Bad Batch. I've almost finished that last season 5, 4, whatever it is. So,
Season 2, because we're on season 3.
3. So season 3, I'm caught up. They haven't released them all though, right?
No, there's 2 episodes tomorrow.
So I've got one more episode of that that's still queued. I haven't watched yet. So what is that? Episode 4 or 5 or something? I don't know. But go ahead, Bad Batch. I'm sorry. I haven't watched it all, so I don't know.
Same.
Bad
Is
Batch
it
is good. Bad Batch is a diamond. Is kind of a I don't know, maybe not a diamond, but something a diamond in the rough of shit. Sorry that we have for Star Wars lately. But here's my take. So I think that the problem with Star Wars, and Lucas said this when he sold, was that he used the term like white slavery. Like we live in a time today where the people that make decisions for this stuff sit in a suit and tie all day. They make $10 million a year, and they have no connection to the IP that they quote unquote manage or own. Right? Lucas bet his life on A New Hope.
Why?
That's why he got the rights to
Why?
make it.
Why did he bet his life?
Because he believed in the story. Because he was invested in the story. He loved the story. These people that contribute to it don't. Dave might, but he's a number. He's a face on the website. Like he can only do so much, right? Like he can love it and do whatever he can do his best. And Favreau sort of similar, but like
Literally was just thinking Favreau's probably said "fuck you" a couple of times.
yeah, and I mean
Yeah,
like it's just like yeah, like it's run by all the decisions made for this franchise are made in a boardroom. They're not made by people that love it. When I opened Dark Empire, Tom Veach, however you say his last name, he wrote a foreword in there and was like, essentially to paraphrase, I said this a couple episodes ago. I love this. Just want to let you know, George Lucas has no plans to make a sequels, and if he does, this probably will not tie into it. But I wanted to connect with Kevin Anderson because he has a series that comes after this, so I want to make sure my story reflects what happens in his. And
he called out
previous
Kevin
year in the
Anderson.
Empire. Like
that's awesome.
well, yeah, well, because they were collaborating with each other because they wanted each other's story
Continuity.
to respect the other. Yeah, they don't care. They see Star Wars now as something that they can make money off of, and according to them, they have. But there's like you said, there's nothing behind it. We get some stuff, little tidbits of scenes, and there's good stuff that's come out of it. And the Hayden and Ewan scene, and at the end of Kenobi, even though it makes no sense what happened in there, that's a good scene. That's a great scene. Those are two people acting their ass off because of the stories that had come from their characters before, right? But it just doesn't make us feel anything. And Bad Batch, I like it. I love what they did with the clones in the Clone Wars and how I feel attached to Clone Force 99. But it's animation. It's a little bit easier to get away with it, right? Live action, it's harder. And I mean that thing I sent in the and I'm not trying to harp and beat down on because I do it enough every episode. But like that post that I sent y'all in the Facebook chat, that is why the fan base is in the way it is. Because they have put stuff out that spat on our childhood and stuff that we've invested in years in. That's why people don't care, and that's why people don't like it, because they put a movie out that just shattered the fan base. And you know what? Maybe our expectations should have been low, or maybe we should let the past die, or whatever. But Luke Skywalker was my hero, man, and they tarnished. And it wasn't just my hero; it's millions of other people that felt the same way. And they did it to Han. And I mean, unfortunately, Carrie Fisher passed. R.I.P. Wasn't much they could do there in Episode 9. But it's like they don't care, and we can feel it. But nothing's gonna happen if we don't stop giving them money. Because all people want, like Zack Snyder, and I think he's made. I love Watchmen and 300, but people they want to make their own stuff, and it's probably not going to make any sense. Sorry. But they want to use Star Wars to make their own stuff, not make something that fits in Star Wars, like past people have done. So,
is this the post
Sorry.
you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
So, if you, for those of you playing along at home on Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, it says The Last Jedi wasn't, and I'm absolutely serious about this, a movie. It was a systematic abuse of the audience. It was meant to be punishment for watching Star Wars, for liking Star Wars, for wanting heroes to be heroic and stories to make sense. It was an anti-movie, and this was about The Last Jedi, right?
Yes, I mean this is coming from a director that said, "I want to make a movie where half my audience hates it, half my audience loves it," and I understand. They had even George, if he'd have made this, there'd have been people that hated the prequels that would have hated on it. I get that too, but that movie is what did it. And I mean I don't know if the fan base is ever going to recover because the stuff, the just crap that's infested in Hollywood today. I mean, it's not just infested in IP. It's people put out stuff pre-bashing the audience that, hey, this movie isn't for you, or you may not like this, or whatever, and they're already dividing the audience before even giving giving the audience a chance to make a decision on the movie before seeing it, you know. And they don't care about putting out good stuff. They want to, in terms of Star Wars, we have people in these writers' rooms that haven't seen Revenge of the Sith, and they're writing an Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
I know. Debbie,
it doesn't make any sense.
I have this question for you. Okay, this is. Can we get deep a little bit? You're like, whatever. I mean, so I'm gonna throw some facts, okay? And I want your take, your very heartfelt, serious take on this. Rose Tico was the least selling action figure released by not Hasbro, whatever the company is. Okay. Rey did not break the top 5. Rey is the hero of this movie, and she didn't break the top 5 of action figures. Why is that? And I'm not trying to set up. I'm just saying, like I am a huge proponent of women in movies, women in theater, women in cable. As a member of Texas Women in Cable, I'm concerned from a Star Wars perspective that they're pushing something that maybe Star Wars fans aren't not necessarily wanting. But but maybe in the wrong way. I'd love, if you don't want to dig into this tonight, you don't have to, but your perspective on a heroine such as Rey, but not getting the same kind of clout and clamor. She was outsold by Leia in inflation included in the facts and figures or whatever. So the Leia action figures outsold Rey's action figures. I just found that hugely interesting from years ago to now, and I'd love to know if you have any thoughts on that from your perspective, of a perspective we can't comment on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one thing or if it's several different things, because you do have massive fans of the sequel trilogy. They're there, believe me. I've seen them on the interwebs.
I've seen several
They're
Rey
there.
Comic Cons all the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's because it was a different time when Leia came on the scene. I'm trying to think.
Would you consider Leia a good role model for young girls? Whatever. Or if you had your druthers and a daughter, which one would you rather them emulate? And this isn't a setup. This is a genuine question as a woman. Like, who would you rather them emulate, Leia or Rey?
I was gonna say Han.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so here it is, because so I was 13 when the original Star Wars came out.
Mhm.
I did not like Leia. I was iffy on Luke, but I sure as hell loved Han Solo's character. I don't know why. It's just me. But yeah, I just thought she was just a little too uppity with a stick up her ass, and yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the way they approached Rey, I think in episode 7, it was fine. It was her introduction and all. But I don't know that they didn't take the route like they did with Leia, because Leia's arc just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Rey, I don't know. I don't know if it's because there's just so many people, saying she's a Mary Sue. I don't get that, because it's like, what was Luke when he first came on scene?
Mary Sue. I would. Yeah.
I wanted to go to the Hashi station. Power converters.
Power converters. Like I go to the playground, right? Like I remember being on the playground, and it was like, I'm Luke, I'm Leia. Like it was just real quick. Like everyone picked real fast. And I'm trying to think, like, if I was that age watching, and it's a little biased because I'm old now, but I just don't, like, who am I going to be, Poe? Like, I don't even want to play. Like, it doesn't seem fun, but I'm a dude, and, I'm a terrible misogynistic jerk, and so it's like, oh, I want to be the hero, Luke Skywalker, or Han. But they had those characters with Poe. Poe was a badass. I talked about that earlier. But, specifically about your girl there, I felt that, and this is just growing up with a daughter, I appreciate how they made Rey more in your face. This is the moral right, and I'm going to make it so. She was very much follow through. We're going to do this. We're going to do that until she felt like she needed to be paralyzed in training forever. And Poe pointed that out, which was awesome. But Leia was always trying to be a step ahead of everyone else. And so, as someone that had a daughter, I would have much rather her follow Rey or even Padme as someone that was a trailblazer and someone that could hold their own. And I get it; she was a Jedi and she beat the Emperor. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not making sense. Maybe you are understanding what I'm trying to get at here. Leia seemed like someone I would want my daughter to emulate at the end of the day. In comparison to any of the other female leads. Maybe Gina. I think, that rough, tough, I had a terrible past, but this is who I am now, and I'm badass. I wish they could have fleshed that out.
I think, Daisy Ridley's good. Like, what happened with the sequels is not anything that,
dude, and I'm not
her
saying
performance or
anything.
anything. Yeah, and I'm not saying that either. My gripes have nothing to do with
Any of the actors.
or any of the actors themselves.
100%.
I think the main reason she just didn't have nothing to work with. Episode 7, she was fine. We were interested to see where she goes. I would argue she isn't Mary Sue. I haven't read the books, but just because she's just awesome at everything, and there's no formal. At least her. I mean, she trains a little bit in 9, I think, but there's just not she's just great. And there's no journey there. She doesn't take any damage. I think the first episode 9 script with her going blind. I think that would have been really interesting and really kind of maybe might have made her more relatable, right? Like that's the thing. Like she was just so great, and there was nothing really maybe relatable, like, and she was like, "This is the right way," and whatever type deal. But I think she had nothing to work with, and making her a Palpatine, I think was the worst decision that they ever could have made in the films, because it's a scapegoat. If she's great, let her she's a nobody and she's awesome. Like that's the way it is, and that would have been okay. But the fact that she's a Palpatine and they just throw crap in there, and it throws the actors under the bus. And I could argue Rian Johnson might have did something similar with Rose's character, because she's just there. Like that whole plot just makes absolutely no sense. I mean, that whole movie could go without that, right? And that plot, that is a shame, because they did the best that they could do, and it's a shame that they. I mean, I would wonder what John Boyega's figure would be for him to even come back and. We're gonna give you the story that we're gonna finally do Finn justice, and he's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you don't have the capabilities to. But
I want to see the script first.
Yeah.
Is it about the journey, right? Isn't that what Star Wars is about? The journey, Anakin, about the journey all the way through,
Luke,
right?
Luke had a journey too.
Where's Rey's journey?
Like,
what if she lost? She didn't lose a hand. She didn't get beat up by a Wampa. She didn't. I understand.
She lost her parents. She basically grew up and raised herself.
Okay, I got the defense there. Thank you, Deb. That is a good point. It's true. She did raise herself, and that had to have been tough. But wasn't what's his name over her, watching over her? I can't remember the dude's name. Bullshit.
He was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why her parents trusted her with him.
Well, you promise. You got a slime ball that promises to take care of him. I'm sure they probably gave him everything they had. Yeah. And, once they're gone and they haven't returned, we don't care about her no more.
It was like
I love that everyone on
I can't remember.
Daisy Ridley is a badass actress, and she needs that credit. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Everyone here understands. John Boyega, if you ever watch this, we know you're a good actor. Okay, we love you. Poe, of course, and even Hux, freaking Donald Gleason, like fantastic actor. But y'all got screwed, man. Was a piece of crap script, and I know you joined because you love Star Wars, because you're passionate about Star Wars, or it was a good paycheck. Either way, you did what you had to do with what you were given, and I think that's Cam's point. Like, you guys did the best with what you had to work with, and that what you had to work with, for the most part, was a bunch of BS. Because, like, look, back to Rey. She didn't experience a loss, right? Her friends that she when Luke was training on Dagobah the first time in Empire, and he had the vision and he had to go save. Is there an instance like that for Rey?
Well, I don't think so.
There's not. How about I'll go through the whole thing, but I won't. I'll give you one more. Is there a moment when she is fighting the bad guy that she feels like she should try to turn the bad guy during the fight? No, there's not. She waits until after she's, Ben's all broken, and then she kills him, or what have you. There is no moments of moral conflict with Rey. And every person on this show and every person listening to this show at some point in their freaking life have some sort of moral conflict. That's good storytelling, George Lucas, and we thank you for that in the first three episode 4 through whatever 6. But we didn't get that in the last one. We didn't get that depth and breadth of conflict, of growth, of who I can be to be bigger than who I am today. And Luke Skywalker, you're going to love this, Cam. Luke Skywalker, even in episode 4, he joined the rebellion for the purpose of glory and adventure. No, because he knew he had to do something. He had to do something. He had passion about doing something to fix whatever the hell's going on. This is why today we have a whole generation of people looking at our politicians going, we need to do something to change what's different. It's a cycle. It happens. Lucas knew this through history and storytelling, right? Zane, tell me, I'm going to call you out here. Tell me within that story of Luke and his struggle, how you could make it so that Rey could struggle, or do we leave Rey completely out of episode 7 and just ignore that she ever existed and go another direction? People are love you for this comment. Go.
For Rey to exist, she needs to exist outside of what we know as Legends. She needs to exist past that. I don't see any line within her story that would fit good enough into what we already have into maybe an episode 7.
So you think that Palpatine was a cop-out? It's BS, just making that connection?
Yeah,
I know you think that, Cam, but
personally, I personally didn't mind the Palpatine coming back because of how much I treasured Dark Empire as a kid.
He was very hell-bent on eternity, sure. I would agree.
And with having played, before that movie came out, having played SWTOR and seeing Vitiate go through 3 different lifetimes just to stay alive, and Zash is trying to imbue her spirit into you so that she can survive.
Already honored.
I've seen this happen before, and I know that it's happened in Legends, and so I don't mind the Palpatine coming back so much as I mind her being a Palpatine. I think that was an easy write-off. Oh, she's so powerful. How did she get this powerful without training? Palpatine.
That's enough
said. And yeah, so
So do we do episode 7? I don't know, Debbie, I don't want to speak for you. If we were to have an episode 7 without those 3, Poe, Ben, and Ray, would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
What would be that condition that would make you feel okay with that?
If they brought the kids in.
You know, Jaina, Jason, like the whole bunch. Yeah.
Jaina, Jason, Anakin, and Ben.
Ben. Yeah. I would agree. I wish that I had more time to read through those again. I had gotten through 30 plus of those novels. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm on the excuse my cat.
Oh, always at least one, right? So
I'm on the Fate of the Jedi series, which has been pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
1 second.
I'm hoping to start at least probably in the next month or two, probably the Jedi Academy trilogy. So I've been reading Lord of the Rings right now, and I have a weird thing about reading multiple series at the same time. So
Probably not a good idea.
no,
All right, let me know if y'all can hear that.
I can hear.
Gone.
Company left. Oh, Ryan's gone.
Why is it when we're always showing a video?
For real.
Oh,
Wait.
there he is.
No, I'm here. I'm just off screen. So.
Oh. Uh-huh.
He looks like a little old man baby.
Looks like Scrooge from Jim Carrey, Disney animated one.
Cratchit! I think this is your problem with connection. Yeah. Like, how are you beginning to hold that? Man,
That was pretty good.
we all screwed up.
Okay, that's
Move everybody around.
one more time.
Okay.
There we go.
What'd you think, Dana?
Man, I watched that a couple times. listen, at the end of the day, I relate to Darth Vader, and I always have, always will, because the pain that you have from loss can be channeled into different than Vader great things. Vader channeled his passion into seeking knowledge that was forbidden, and he would kill anyone in his way to save or bring back Padme. He's not stupid. Anakin Skywalker was very, I don't want to say intelligent. He was very smart. He knew at some point he was being manipulated, and I think in episode 3 when he knelt and we saw that on screen, he knew he fucked up. And he knew there was no way out except for going all in. So when he says to Padme, we can rule the galaxy together, this and that, that was his way of, I can get out. I'm going to get emotional because I drank this whole bottle of wine. I can get out, but damn it, I need your help. I can't do it alone. Only my new powers and you are going to make this right. He would have gone and tried to kill the Emperor for her so that they could rule. These are things that I thought very deeply about with Anakin Skywalker. And when I look at what we can do with episode 7, thinking about what they did in writing him in episode 3, and what they've been doing with him in episode, or in the Ahsoka series. Yes, there's a whole nother series we can do on Anakin now, and being in the in-between, and why didn't he stop Luke, and the things that, you said, Cam. If he has this ability, why didn't he prevent all this shit from happening? I think he knows his place now. And that is in episode 9 of the Forbidden pathway we're going right now. We're going to talk about that. I have that listed as a part of the last episode. And what I would think would be, from our perspective, the last episode to wrap up the Anakin or the Skywalker saga, but for real, in a way that we can, as fans, be okay with. Look, we're the ones that pay the money for the movies. We're the ones that buy the merchandise. For Easter, I bought my wife the new R2. She bought me for Easter without me knowing the freaking Millennium Falcon, the new Millennium Falcon. Yes, they're not as big, and so they're not as expensive, so they're affordable.
Thank you, Lego. I have those too.
So we're the ones. So if we're the ones, build us a story that we can connect with, right? So I say that just to say that, look, you Disney, whoever, Lucasfilm, you have people, these 4 right here, that are super passionate about the story that's been created. We have things that we love about, or like, maybe not Cam, about the new 3 movies. We have things that we like about what you're doing. We don't have things that we don't like, some of the decision making in the other areas, for sure. But just listen to the fans in a way that we're not trying to tell you what to do with your business. Just listen to the passion in our hearts, right? Cam and Zane, ain't a one of you, regardless of what happens in a movie release, you're gonna watch it at least once for Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It's content. Again, Debbie, thank you. The Dark Ages, where we didn't get shit for 30 years. Like, it sucked. We had the holiday special. That was terrible. And then YouTube happened. You could watch it again, and it was still terrible.
Y'all had the Ewok movies? Those were,
and the Ewoks,
those were something.
that little Shirley Temple, curly, cute-haired girl. Like, stop.
Hey, man,
What? Sorry.
I'm gonna keep watching because I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that something good and they're gonna get back on the right track. I am Luke in episode 6, man. That's why I relate to him so much because damn it, this person's done terrible things to me, or I've seen them do terrible things to others, or Disney's given us not great content a lot of the times, and they've destroyed some of my most favorite things about my childhood. But I want something good because I want it to be good because I want when I show hopefully my future kids Star Wars that they love it. Maybe even if they loved it half as much as I do, that'd be a win for me, And hopefully they love it more. And if a freaking dude with 5,000 subscribers on YouTube with a team of animators can make something that makes me feel something, like you saying, makes me kind of get emotional, If he can do that, why can't they? Makes no sense. But the reason is because they don't like it. It is a tool for them to get more money.
Yay, capitalism. Capitalism gave us Star Wars, and capitalism's ruining Star Wars. You can't have one without the other.
Capitalism giveth, capitalism taketh away.
Yes, it does.
No,
It is what it is.
they're gonna make something good, and to everybody that loves the new stuff, I'm glad that we're all a part of the fan base in some way together. But I have certain wants, and seeing my hopeful hero not get to be a hero when I had my own money to see him be makes me sad.
So I think this is a good spot to kind of wrap up on. What made Luke Skywalker? I get this feeling from you. Actually, I get this feeling from all three of you. Luke Skywalker believed in his father when no one else did, right? He believed in his friends when all seemed lost. He gave of himself knowing there was risk of his own impeding doom. The Rancor is a perfect example of that. He didn't know he'd get thrown into a pit, but he knew it was a risk seeing Jabba the freaking Hutt, who's the biggest badass gangster on the freaking Tatooine, and then that whole sector of the Outer Rim. So that was Luke Skywalker. When I think of who I want to emulate, there's a part of my life, I mentioned it on the Han Solo tirade, that you're told. I had a teacher straight up tell my parents in a parent teacher meeting, your son ain't gonna do nothing but pump gas the rest of his life. Like, I'm sorry, I have a podcast and got a doctorate, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on. Thank you for believing in me. Luke had someone that he believed in, and had his son not believed in him, note to my son, then would Vader have ever turned back and been redeemed? No effing way, man. That's the depth and heaviness that is Star Wars and always has been for us watching. But that's not there in these last few episodes. That holy crap moment. I don't recall a moment from any of those that I felt what I felt with Luke Skywalker standing on Bespin on that thing, get his hand chopped off and finding out that's his dad. I know you can't replicate that. I get that, right? But you can show me some passion in many other ways, and we've talked about that on this show several times, several different ways. So without getting too emotional, pull this all together. Yes, it is about passion. Thank you, Sith. And it's about passion for a story that is bigger than us, that we can learn from and continue to grow with. And right now, aside from, yes, I agree, Bad Batch so far has been pretty damn good. Yeah, I got nothing right now. You took out the characters that we really love. Gina Carano's one of them for some bullshit reasons. In my opinion, I'm nobody. You've got other characters that you just Lando. You just pop him in for a second in the movies, and then he shows up there. Whatever. Like, come on, Lando Calrissian was a badass. Like, he was a general in the Republic, and this is what he turned out to be. Cameron, I'm with you. They destroyed all of our heroes of that era. So Disney, I know we don't give two shits about what we say on the Sith Dominion podcast, but man, we are passionate. We're gonna pay the money to watch the movie at least once. You want us to watch it multiple times? Think about us. Think about the story and how important that story is to millions of people about fucking up and having redemption. All right, I'm done. We're done. I get really upset when people mess with my shit, and all three of y'all, man. Star Wars is. I know it's just a story, but I'm not the only one. It means so much more to so many people. And when I see people messing with it and messing it up, it really hurts. My son, my daughter, awesome. Them being able to watch and grow up and learn in a household, loving household that wants them to learn those lessons from Star Wars and shows them both sides, right? So this episode tonight of the Sith Dominion was about what would we like to see in Episode 7. Man, we got a little deep. Sorry about that at the end there, folks. I am passionate about many things, and Star Wars is one of them. So, next week, what are we talking about?
Episode 8.
Episode 8. You guys don't know what I have in store for Episode 8 yet. I've got something cool for that. I'll post to you guys so we can come up with some things to talk about. Something we didn't really lean into that I really want to the next round is the Sithy part of things. So I didn't say that the individual was Sith. All I said was they believed they were heir apparent to Palpatine. So we'll talk about that next episode. That'll be super fun. Go to geeknewsnow.net and check out, it was like 5, 6, 7 articles on some satire articles from April Fool's Day. One of which was a article I wrote about Django Jar, which would be Jar Jar Binks as a Mandalorian bounty hunter.
We love Jar Jar.
It was super fun.
We stand Jar Jar.
Man,
Top 5 character in the prequels.
I used AI for the photos. I wanted to call that out. That was fun. Put in description, whatever, trying to come up with a good example of what a Gungan in a bounty hunter armor would look like. And yeah, he's got these little ear things, that he can tuck his ears into. So super fun. We've got tons of shows. I noticed already on the schedule, David's all, nuts or whatever. He's got Cantina Happy Hour already for, is that Thursday? And then MCU Monday already up. Our boss has given us the week off from writing on the KeepNewsNow.net website, but I'm sure there's going to be another article or two go up. Anything else I'm missing, Debbie? A couple other shows that we got. Oh, I don't know.
Gauntlet on Saturday?
I don't know that we've got Geek Gauntlet this Saturday. We do?
As far as I know, we do. War of the Stars, they drop their stuff on Wednesday afternoon, early evening.
It's been a while since we've gotten a Cam Fisher or something or other. When's he releasing his next?
He's stepping back from that because life.
Okay, it happens.
He's got 2 young ones and he travels a lot for his work, so it's hard for him to kind of keep up with that. I think he still plans on being on Cantina. So yeah, I think he's stepping back from Cam and Focus, at least for now.
Perfect. Yeah, Cam and Focus. Check out his other episodes. They're super fun. They're short, to the point, super fun. Yeah, geeknewsnow.net. Check us out. We've got all the playlists on Geek News Now official on YouTube. Just kind of a sidebar. The whole reason I really started all this Sith Dominion stuff was twofold. One, without getting emotional, I found this as a way that I could really connect with my son and have him involved in something that I do on a weekly basis. So thank you, Zane, for being a part of this. Two, I love Star Wars. I love everything about Star Wars. But three is, I said two, but there's three. I have a business that I have on the side. Just so that you all know, if you would like to sign up, we have a mastermind course over personal growth. 15 Laws of Personal Growth by John Maxwell. And no, you don't have to read the book. I'm just going to walk through it. It's going to be super fun. 4 weeks, 7 to 8 Central, every Thursday. So, and it's on Zoom. It's virtual. So go check out my Insta. You'll see that it's Dr. Dana Martin on Instagram. And sign up. There's limited spots. We've already got a couple people signed up. So not too many spots left because I make those small. If you want to talk about anything about yourself, growing, doing anything, like, yeah, you sound cool, Dana, let's talk. Hey, I give a free 30-minute consultation there. Complimentary. We'll talk about whatever you want. I am a coach, et cetera, and that's all for the advertisement. Thank you all for sitting through the advertisement. I'd love to do that for real, like without having to work a real job. A real job is very seriously, thank you, Cam, Debbie, and Zane. What a fantastic show. We went a full 2 hours, I think, tonight. These shows are not supposed to be 2 hours, but we haven't to talk about it, seems. So we'll let it happen. I was very stringent in the beginning. Those of you that know, about 1 hour. Okay, fine, 1 hour and a half, and now it's like epic, whatever. Really enjoy it, especially with this crew. I think we've got a good crew here. There's an individual that was on the show, episode, 8, 9, 10. Matthew Wynn. He was with his dad, Andy Wynn. Andy Wynn is a owns an insurance business in town. We talked about Star Wars and connecting some business stuff with him early on in the show. His son Matthew Wynn, super Star Wars fan. I'm trying to get him back on. So we'll have him on with us 3 and 4 and whatever. It'll be super fun. Thank you again, Stephanie Ross, for last week. That was awesome to have you on. And what else? Let's go through the weekend, and then we'll I know you're yawning there, Cam. What do you got going on, man? Anything cool that you want to promote or anything happening this week?
No, nothing. Just same old stuff.
That's right. No Hayden or anything for you, Debbie? No? Nobody?
I wish. No, just Cantina happy hour on Thursday, and as far as I know, Star Trek the original series on the Geek and I podcast Friday, and I have to find out what episode they're on because I was not on last week.
Did I miss the Captain's Log and lightsabers? I thought they were going to try to do a crossover or something and pull in some of you guys from Cantina.
No clue.
No? Okay. Is that John, right? Jonathan? John.
Yeah, Jonathan Heil. Mm-hmm.
John. Yeah, Captain's Log and Lightsabers, another fantastic show. Okay, several shows. Sweet. Zane, you've got all kinds of stuff coming up. You want to promote for anyone that watches you on the show or hears you on the show?
Yeah, I'll talk about this weekend. I'm actually playing 3 gigs out in Fredericksburg this weekend with what's his name? Hank Williams IV, right? Pretty cool guy. April 6th, so that's a Saturday at 12:20. I'm playing at the Altstadt Brewery, right?
I'm sorry, did you
and then
do
that Sunday I'll play.
Did you just make that German?
Nope.
Oh, I heard you say it.
Yeah, maybe. At 2:30 on Sunday, I'm playing at the Archie Ray Resort. Following 7:30, I'm playing at the Firefly Resort, all in Fredericksburg with Hank Williams IV.
So if you guys don't know, Fredericksburg is just like west of Austin, just a little bit. West, mostly southwest.
Mostly.
And it's like wine country. Any of the Texas wines, I would say 80% of Texas wines come out of that area of Texas, and very good wines.
Beautiful area.
They have breweries, wines, all the fun things. Fredericksburg's a nice old German area, but a real touristy, trappy area too. So I'm trying to figure out how to get down there. It's like a good 2 plus 3 hours there, and then back. Trying to make that work. Not sure I can. Either way, good. Break a leg. I did want to say, yeah, I had my show. You'll notice there's no beard anymore. I haven't had just the goatee probably in 2.5, 3 years. So this might be the first time Debbie's ever seen me with just a goatee, or Kim. The Drunk Shakespeare went great from what I remember. About halfway through, or the intermission, that would be halfway through. I was yawning. I was like, guys, like, I don't know what pace you guys drink at, but I drink a lot faster than this. So they kept them coming then after that, and I don't remember how the show ended, nor how I got home or went to sleep. So it was apparently really awesome, though, from what everyone is saying afterwards on social media. So Drunk Shakespeare was a hit. There's some another Drunk Shakespeare in the fall that I may go out for. Outside of that, I got shit else to do. I just want to make sure I get this mastermind course filled up because I really want to be able to sit in with some folks and help them grow and be better versions of themselves tomorrow than we were today. So awesome. I guess that's it. You sent me that, right, Zane?
Mhm.
Big jump. Cool. Thank you again, Cam, for the Dark Angel post. I found it, so I was able to play it. Thank you. And who else is that? Josiah, you're still out there. Thank you for watching. Someone else is watching. It's probably one of us. Otherwise, we've already talked about all the shows, so we're going to go. Remember, kids, next week we're going to be talking about episode 8 and what we want to see. But other than that, remember, peace is alive. There's only passion. Good night.